clicking on a pop-up ad on your computer could end up with you handing over gold bars in a supermarket parking lot near your home. It's an international scheme that's costing some Americans their entire life savings. ABC News Investigates has spent the last few months working with ABC-owned stations WABC in New York and WLS in Chicago to uncover how millions of dollars are being lost and what's being done about it. In tonight's Prime Focus, we bring you gold grifters from WABC investigative reporter Dan Krauth.
Chris Owen is a Vietnam veteran who traveled the world. He worked his entire life to save for retirement in Indiana with his wife, Karen.
Karen and I had traveled a number of places, lived a lot of places, and then in 1989, we moved to Valparaiso, Indiana. And Northwest Indiana was a good spot to live.
Chris and Karen hope to spend decades of their retirement together. They moved hours away to live near their son and hope to travel the globe soon after. But that next chapter would never happen. Karen was diagnosed with breast cancer. Then the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
And so all of our plans for travel and everything kind of went out the window. And so it was in February of 2023 that she passed away. And so it's been pretty rugged.
Probably one of the reasons I was so susceptible to what happened to me.
Owen believes the loss of his wife led him to falling victim to a scam that would cost him $80,000 and led him to becoming an undercover operative to try to put a stop to an international fraud ring, a scheme that has stunned authorities.
I have never seen a scam to this magnitude, as intricate and as detailed as this, that can target so many individuals across the entire United States.
Have you ever investigated a crime like this before? No, this is pretty unique.
A scheme that has led to some behind bars over gold bars.
Hello, this is a free call. An inmate at the Nassau County Jail.
Tonight, ABC News investigates gold grifters, the scam that is on the rise, targeting people across the country. Gold is worth more now than ever before, and people are stockpiling the precious metal in record numbers.
With inflation stubbornly high, some people are looking to gold as an investment.
And business is booming at gold stores. As the value of gold has gone up, scammers have taken notice. Last year, victims of gold scams reported losses of $126 million, according to the FBI.
Everybody knows gold is worth something.
So how are swindlers taking advantage of this gold rush? One day you're browsing the internet when you see something like this, a pop-up message saying your personal information has been compromised. You call and speak to someone posing as a tech company representative or federal agent.
The victim is told, hey, your money's being used to engage in money laundering or drug sales or child pornography.
Some victims, like Owen, will even receive what they believe are documents from the FBI, saying the IRS will freeze all your financial accounts if you tell anyone about the situation.
The pop-ups themselves, the documents they're provided, the communications seem so authentic.
Scammers will then convince you to convert some or all of your savings into gold bars and hand them over to the federal government.
The victim thinks that they're on the phone with somebody from the FTC, let's say. That individual is telling the victim, the only way that we can protect your assets is if you withdraw your money from the bank and you go buy gold.
There's a sense of urgency. Your account's compromised right now. You need to move your money right now.
Once the victims have bought the gold bars, they're given detailed instructions.
They told me to wrap it in a box, wrap it with Christmas wrap paper.
Then when the gold is boxed up, their handlers say,
we'll make it super convenient for you. We'll send a courier, a federal courier, to go pick up these gold bars from you.
According to officials and court documents, couriers are individuals recruited to pick up gold bars or cash from victims.
They're giving individuals pickup locations. It may be a grocery store parking lot. It may be a shopping center.
Like this one in Maryland. Take a look at this surveillance video. Watch as an accused courier picks up a box from this car and walks away. Owen says the same thing happened to him in this parking lot near his home.
I asked you for my agent. He nodded. He never said anything to me. He nodded and drove off.
When the courier drove off, So did some of his life savings. The FBI says some couriers play a larger role in the criminal scheme, while others claim they were simply hired to pick up and drop off packages. So you picked up gold and cash?
Yes.
Didn't that raise any alarm bells to you? For the first time, ABC News hearing directly from an alleged gold scam courier, speaking out from jail as he faces charges in 2 states. 27-year-old Yash Shah was previously charged with multiple felonies in 2023 related to the gold bar scam. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 5 years probation. It sounds crazy to actually listen to a stranger to convert your cash into gold and hand it over to a complete stranger. But people are doing that.
Absolutely. I mean, it sounds like something out of a movie.
Shah claims he was hired by someone in India and was paid between $800 and $4,000 to pick up packages. Some of them contained gold.
I'm not like a criminal or anything like that. They was just saying, if you want to make a little more money, you have to go pick up the package and you have to just drop it over there. Nothing else you had to do.
Shah was living in Long Island, New York, but his attorney says he would travel all over the Northeast as a courier. How many packages do you think that he picked up and dropped off?
If I had to estimate, anywhere from maybe between 5 and 10.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
And a lot of life savings.
It is.
I asked Shah what he would do with the gold packages after he picked them up. He said he'd often take them to the Diamond District in New York City. After some time, Shah says he became suspicious.
I was feeling like I don't want to do this because I was feeling like something weird things.
He was arrested in November in New York for his alleged involvement in a Maryland case and is being held without bond.
I don't even know how they were scamming and why they were scamming. I was feeling like very guilty and I'm feeling very wrong about that too.
Well, I want to be clear. Yash's culpability is definitely there. He understands what he did.
Shah claims he does not know who is pocketing the gold, but says he is fully cooperating with investigators.
There are going to be many layers on this because they're operating from India.
FBI officials are on the ground in India, investigating call centers they say are linked to the scam.
The tech support pop-up that initiates the whole scam emanates from a call center in India. So we have a lot of focus on India with a lot of these illegitimate call centers.
We've been able to link at least 2 call centers in India that we are targeting.
While law enforcement overseas looks into the criminal organizations that run the call centers, authorities all over the United States are tracking down suspected couriers. Some couriers are being sentenced to several years in prison after police sting operations. But in Indiana, it wasn't a detective who went undercover.
I was a bit nervous at first.
It was Chris Owen.
I was just anxious. I didn't know where he'd be coming from or anything like that.
After Owen handed over $80,000 in gold bars, scammers contacted him again, asking for more.
And then they came back and started again. Now, we need to put the rest of the money away in our secure vault with your other money. That's when I knew that this was a con.
After going to his local police and FBI, authorities had Owen go undercover and arrange a meetup with the courier. The suspected courier, Abdul Mohammed, was eventually hit with state and federal charges, but prosecutors say he fled the country. A not guilty plea was entered on his behalf. Officials say they're looking to target and arrest all the individuals behind the scheme.
We are absolutely looking for the next level, those individuals who have come up with this entire scheme, who are repeatedly engaging and targeting victims here in the U.S. and specifically Montgomery County, Maryland.
You're pretty affluent by most standards. You got some dough. They're always coming after the dough. The scam.
Police and prosecutors are now traveling to senior communities like this one in Maryland. It sits right next to a shopping center where a victim handed over gold bars to a courier.
I think that one of the main things anybody who's in law enforcement can do against any scams, particularly those that target our seniors, is to advise them and to educate them about what those scams are.
The FBI issuing an urgent warning to anyone who uses the internet.
Never click on sites that you're not familiar with. Take a beat. Talk to trusted family members, friends. Does this seem right?
Chris Owen is still trying to put the pieces together.
And it did look real. It felt real.
He never thought a sophisticated overseas scam would come right to him.
They have no conscience about what they're doing. None. All they're in it is for the money. And whether they ruin lives or not, whether they take all people's funds or not, it doesn't matter to them at all.
So many losing so much. Our thanks to Dan for that.